Leadership in Africa is everything, whether to the military men or to the democratic people, especially to the military. If a leader cannot provide utmost authority and leadership guidance to the followers, that military leader is as good as a group of people just moving with guns and cannot even command respect from their followers. Burkina Faso is one among the countries in Africa that has been terrorized by terrorists a lot for so many decades. Emerge, dethrone their current sitting leadership, take over either by coup, by election, Democrat, or any way. But military coup has become more of an order of the day because right from when Captain Traore became the military leader of Burkina Faso has experienced two failed military coups, which was supposed to bring an end to the leadership reign of Captain Ibrahim Traore, but were all null and void. And military coup has become the order of the day. So of recent, we've noticed that Captain Tuare dismissed two important people from his leadership. These were people who were not just ordinary military men, but these were people who held strategic positions in the military leadership of Captain Ibrahim Tuare. Captain Ibrahim Traore dismissed these two high-ranking leaders who were men of value, responsible for logistics, and the other was responsible for ground operation. You can imagine the kind of position and office they occupy. These were people who play key role in the nation. And then their absence displayed that Burkina Faso is becoming weak. Burkina Faso cannot respond to external threats, even internal threats, not to even talk more of the external. You will agree with me that Africa has been fighting terrorists day and night, different countries in Africa, and Burkina Faso is not left out. So the absence of these people will keep the country on a hold. There are key decisions that Captain Ibrahim Traore cannot actually take without these people. There are key actions that cannot be taken without these people. So being absent from work for 6 good working days shows that there is a lapse somewhere, and then it also shows that Captain Ibrahim Traore's leadership is becoming weak and cannot handle some key important events in the country. This is in a way to tell us that Captain Ibrahim Traore is not actually just interested in safeguarding and securing Burkina Faso alone, but this is him providing leadership security for Africa against external factors. So Captain Ibrahim Traore's decision to dismiss these two people was one among the top decisions he had to make even as a leader. Captain Ibrahim Traore did not just take over this leadership. He had calculated a lot, he had planned, he had sacrificed a lot, and he's not willing and ready to become weak or allow someone else tarnish the image he built in the recent time past. This can show weakness, but then Captain Ibrahim Traore has gone ahead of his cabinet and other military officials. He has calculated some of the risks he needs to take to protect the military leadership against weakness, against threat, against banditry, and against external influence. Though this is a step he took in order to safeguard the nation, but this has brought about so many questions in the hearts of people, the indigenous people of Burkina Faso and Africa at large. One of the questions that has emerged as a result of this decision Captain Ibrahim Traore took is that this decision of his, is it actually to safeguard the country or does it create instability in the country? Because the reason being that these are trained people, these are people who are experienced, who know what they are doing. Now that they have been dismissed, people are scared of having a replacement who really knows what they are doing and who would be on their guard. But Ibrahim Traore did not bother, nor did he even think twice about what people will say. He is actually not having just Burkina Faso at heart. He's fighting to safeguard the dignity, the sovereignty, the unity, the love, the peace, and much more that Africa shares as a continent. Looking at it in another perspective, you will understand that military personnel need leadership to guide them. Military personnel don't need people who will pamper them, people who will mislead them because they obey order. They don't just disrespect and disregard their leaders for no just reason. They first of all obey before they even complain. There's this normal saying and popular saying that obey the last command, obey the last order. Oh, I'm not a military personnel. I'm sorry if I didn't get it right. But then military people, military personnel respect and obey orders even much more than any other thing. So Ibrahim Traore actually is putting himself in the shoe of his followers. He's making them understand that he understands their struggles. He understands their pain. He understands all that they stand to protect. He understands the life that has been lost. He understands the hardship that the country has gone through and is still going through. He understands much more than they can imagine. He has come to realize that a lot is going on, and if he doesn't take some tough decision and risk a lot of things and lose a lot of things, his leadership and his reign will not be smooth. So Captain Ibrahim Traore also understands that this is not time to play, this is not time to joke. After all the hardship, all the attacks, all the killing, all the terrible things that Africa has undergone, this is not time to come and mere swear to get anyone to be in leadership position or to compromise. But this is the time Africa as a whole need a leader who will stand, a fearless leader, a leader who commands authority, a leader who is not predictable, a leader who people cannot just sit and say this is the next step is taking. Oh, this military aspect is becoming weak. Oh, this if the enemy do this, they will get it. No, Ibrahim Traore has planned even much ahead of what people can even imagine. Because come to think of it, these are two key people. Nobody saw it coming. Like it could not be that they have been doing this. Maybe they have something at heart. Maybe they just decide to take some days off as usual, and then this is the peak of it, and he had to dismiss them. Or they have been complaining one or two for other people. Who knows? Africa is known as a continent of unity, peace. So Ibrahim Traore is fighting to bring about this unity in Africa, even though it will take a lot of effort, but he is playing his own role and playing his quota. In order to achieve this, he has to do away with empathy, he has to do away with self-pity, he has to take tough decisions and willing to discipline whoever breaks the law. He also needs people who are transparent, people who are dedicated to their duty post, people who are consistent, people who do not relax when the battle gets fierce, and people who will not expose the weakness of the country to foreigners so that they will not come and attack it. On the other hand, there is the former president who has been on exile in Togo. The person of President Damiba has been brought back to Burkina Faso to face charges, though he has been on exile to Togo. Though he is physically not present in Burkina Faso, but his influence, his supporters, like his influence is still very much felt. He still has people who support him to the core. So bringing him back, some persons might want to come together to rebel against Tuareg or to plan a coup against him, because you can imagine that two failed coup has been attempted already and failed. So if bringing him back to face charges, if two coup already has been planned and failed, so you can imagine what people are still planning. With all the good things that Ibrahim Traore is doing, some people still want to take him out and bring corrupt leaders and do things that will favor only them. They don't care if the masses get killed on daily basis. So long as they get money, they get power, they get what they want, they are okay. And which is not what Captain Traore is all about. This particular step Captain Ibrahim Traore is taking is to alert the people of Burkina Faso that no matter who you are, what you have amassed as a leader, whatever leadership position you've gotten into, you are not above the law. You can come and face charges, either when you're still in leadership position or after your leadership tenure has elapsed. So Captain Traore is not just about Damiba, he's about instilling discipline, peace, unity, justice, progress, and a lot more back to the country of Burkina Faso and to Africa at large. This is him bringing an end to empathy, corruption, and making leaders to rise up and take their responsibility, be accountable for what they were called to do. Though a lot of people also have been saying that Ibrahim Traore is deviating from the main task, leaving the primary things and problems that is ongoing in the country and facing this, which can be handled without even much effort. So I see Captain Traore as a leader who is clear, who is tough, who takes decision, who thinks ahead, who is smart, who won't tolerate any form of indiscipline, corruption, empathy, laxity, incompetence, and he has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he is ready to work hard, he's ready to cut off whoever is not willing to work, he's ready to take tough decisions in order to bring changes to Burkina Faso and to Africa at large. Now, dismissing these two people from office is a step he has taken that would awaken a lot of people who are sleeping. If there were leaders or military leaders that work with him who are sleeping, who are relaxed as a result of they being not checked, this is a call to awaken. This is a call to be disciplined, to be more prudent in the work they are doing, and also in Africa at large, because this is setting the pace for other African countries. You know, that there are still people, young people, who want to take over the leadership position of corrupt African countries, cut off from external influences and do things that will bring about the best and betterment of that very country. Ibrahim Traore is an exemplary leader. A lot of questions have been popping up in the mind of people, but you think that this step Captain Ibrahim Traore took was to safeguard the country, or do you think this would create instability within the country? And another question is that do you think he's fighting the right fight for the country, Burkina Faso, or he's being too tough and rigid for the country? Leave your thoughts in the comment section, my loves, so that we could learn from there and the conversation and learning process continues. If this is your first time coming across this channel and videos like this, please hit on that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you get notified whenever amazing videos pop up and we get to learn things that are happening within and across Africa. Stay safe until I see you in my next video. Bye for now.